Biggest things in my life. They're asking me to throw one out the window, essentially.
We have left out of the fear of our life.
Safety of our kids.
These are the most heartbreaking moments in YouTube history. At first, I never imagined that a YouTuber giving away a golden wrapped Tesla in 2019 could bring me to tears, but the story behind it symbolizes something the world will always remember. And it all started back in 2015 with one broke teenager who flew from Florida to California with nothing to his name, just to pursue being a YouTuber. His name is Duncan.
So yeah, I went out to LA, stayed at this kid Wojcicki's house for like, so yeah, I met Chris at Lafayette skate park one day.
He would do like stuff for shout outs and stuff. Like I was like, I'll give you a shout out if you do a backflip off this curb. And he would do it, like just crazy shit like that.
Chris Chan is the GOAT of skateboarding YouTube. He used to vlog himself with his friends skateboarding, and an occasional teenage Duncan would show up in the videos. But behind the scenes, Danny was struggling.
Because he just moved here from Florida, pretty much broke all the time. He was having to stay at multiple people's houses, just couch surfing. You know, he stayed at my parents' house, you know, for as long as I could convince my parents to let him stay over in like other friends' houses.
Times where I'd have to like sleep on the train and then like until the train stops running and then hop on like the buses, or wait until the buses start running and then hop on those and sleep on the bus.
The constant pressure he's under while trying to find a car is terrifying, especially since he's attempting to save money and live off of YouTube ad revenue. Every normal person assumes Danny has no chance of success, but his dedication and hustle make him an outlier to those around him.
And he was like really motivated at the time, and that's what like really stuck out to me and made me want to like hang out with him and do stuff with them.
His drive inspires others and make them want to succeed. And because of this, on his birthday that he was too poor to celebrate, opens up a present from Chris, and immediately most of Danny's problems wash away. His best friend gives him his big break to pursue his dream. And after years of sleepless nights working on YouTube, Duncan is now one of the biggest creators at nearly 8 million subscribers and makes $10 million a year. So it's only fair to have come back to his best friend who helped him start his entire career and gift him a Tesla.
I cannot believe this is real life right now. Many of you have already seen Danny's video on this, but I got a new car. Oh shit!
Now Chris fits in California around the other influencers after he gold wrapped the Tesla and skated over it. And Danny's enjoying his dream to the fullest, filming and posting videos every week on YouTube, but the same can't be said about Roman Atwood, who is constantly looking over his shoulder in fear. Roman is YouTube's original prankster who has 25 million subscribers, mainly for his daily vlog series and controversial extreme family pranks. But in 2020, he was told to leave YouTube entirely.
We didn't quit YouTube, we were told to get off YouTube. Yeah, by the FBI.
What is happening to one of YouTube's biggest creators isn't just a tragedy, but an emotional nightmare that involves his entire family.
Scary stuff though, man, like the worst things you can think of. Yeah, it was really scary.
We've been dealing with some extremely scary stalkers.
This YouTuber had caught the interest of an insane stalker who can hack into all of their social medias, hack into their security cameras and watch them, and even turn on and off their lights at home.
I'm gonna hang your family on cross, burn your houses down, and like scary stuff, man. And when you got kids, it's like there's no play with that.
Thankfully, the stalker was eventually caught during an FBI raid, and they're now awaiting trial and has a list full of felony charges. But that doesn't mean Roman Atwood is completely at peace yet. He says there are even more stalkers and that he never expected this when starting YouTube.
When you sign up to be a creator, there is no going back.
It's truly a real double-edged sword.
You can't become unfamous either.
During this nightmare, he lost access to his 10 million subscriber YouTube channel, but he started vlogging again on a new channel called Roman Atwood, and he and his family are a lot happier now that their stalker is gone. He should consider turning their story into a horror movie, because that's what this next YouTuber did. He turned his most terrifying situation into an anxiety-inducing video, titled "Reflecting on the Day I Could Have Died."
I was just throwing myself at everything. I kept pushing and pushing. And on a few occasions, I took it a bit too far. This is one of them.
What did he push too far? Well, he breaks into a construction site to see the views of Hong Kong, but admiring the view from the ground wasn't enough for him.
That's sick.
That's actually sick. Look where we're gonna be.
So he starts climbing one of the construction cranes in a hobby known as crane climbing. But this isn't a typical crane climbing situation. It turns out to be 100 times more dangerous than he expects.
I started climbing to the top, and since it was so humid, the bars on the crane had a little bit of condensation on them, but it wasn't that bad, so I just kept going.
Even after acknowledging the danger, he continues to climb.
As I got higher and higher though, the crane just got wetter and wetter, and I was a little bit concerned, but I was just so close to the top, so I didn't turn back.
He doesn't know it yet, but things only get serious a few minutes after he makes it to the top. Unknowingly, while he is admiring his new view of Hong Kong, the weather is rapidly changing, and he notices something weird.
Just as I was finishing up on top, I started to feel some rain, and I knew I needed to get down as soon as possible before it got worse.
So he starts climbing down the crane, visually slipping as his shoes can't get a grip. But what's even worse are the anxiety-inducing squeaks as he climbs down. This entire climb down has my heart racing as a viewer, so I can't even imagine what he's feeling right now. And if you're asking why is he doing this, it's because he was faced with two options. One, wait for the weather to clear and get spotted by police, or option two, climb down right now in the safest manner. And he obviously chooses the safest option.
This is sketchy, man.
As we see him climbing down a wet crane in the rain. But after this terrifying climb, he's on the ground and leaving the construction site, and you can visibly see how wet their clothes are. The ending of this video is his reflection on how serious this is, but looking at his channel, he hasn't slowed down on dangerous climbs. But there is one YouTuber who did learn from their life-threatening situation. A popular commentary YouTuber best known for his show Jeff's Barbershop, and for also being in the infamous Vlog Squad, is nearly killed while filming a YouTube video. I'll be quick with this since I've already gone over this in my last video, but there are new updates that I want to share with you this week. For those of you who don't know, in 2021, David Dobrik is filming a video which requires his fellow YouTube friends to swing off of a crane that he is operating. During Jeff's turn, David speeds up the machine and flings Jeff into the excavator. Jeff almost dies as the impact was a couple of inches away from his death. He nearly loses his eye, gets permanent brain damage, and becomes depressed, as his new life revolves around surgeries and piecing his life back together while he was at the peak of his career. All of this is too much for him, and eventually he quit social media for his mental health in July. Jeff Wittek was at the lowest of lows last month, but he came back this week in August.
My phone during my mental health break, and that's why I'm feeling good, and I'm about to go get right back into the fucking hell that is this world that we live in, social media. Bring it back. And I'm excited for it because I am the best at it.
Jeff is feeling better and ready to continue suing David Dobrik because David isn't paying his medical bills as he promised. This means the only outcomes of this dangerous video are Jeff suffers emotionally 24/7 and David Dobrik is banished to Snapchat. All I know is Miranda Sings is definitely looking at David Dobrik's strategy right now, after she releases the worst, most controversial apology video in YouTube history. Her response to messaging minors inappropriately is through playing the ukulele and singing.
I haven't done that for years, you see, because I changed my behavior and I took accountability. But that's not very interesting, is it? So let's go on the toxic gossip train.
This is supposed to be an emotional video going over all the hate she's getting and explaining herself to her 20 million fans. Instead, she becomes the biggest meme for the worst apology video ever, which only gets worse for her when her ex steps forward and brings up how she uses a ukulele in their relationship arguments.
And she was sitting on our bed playing her ukulele. As I was leaving, but I looked at her.
No! I just wanted to say that the only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser.
Her whole apology video is publicly viewed as a joke, but it hasn't affected her YouTube career at all. She's posting vlogs every week on her channel, so even though Colleen Ballinger made an odd decision for her apology video, it's nowhere close to Ryan Trahan's heartbreaking decision, as he takes the biggest risk of his life to become a YouTuber and quits the most important thing in his life.
These are the 2 biggest things in my life. They're asking me to throw one out the window, essentially.
College freshman and NCAA athlete at Texas A&M, Ryan Trahan has a problem. Ryan started college with 14,000 subscribers on YouTube and his own water bottle business called Neptune. But one day he's pulled inside and told he's ruled ineligible to compete and receives a warning by his university for using his name and image to promote his YouTube channel and water bottle company. The fact he was uploading his race meets to YouTube is a violation of the NCAA guidelines, which left Ryan with only 2 choices.
Tough decision. You know, I kind of know which one I think I want to go with, but I still haven't made the decision completely yet. It just really sucks because when you have to follow rules that you don't agree with and rules that you think are ethically wrong, it's just so frustrating.
And he obviously makes the right decision in the end, becoming the most beloved YouTuber on the platform, and an internet sensation with humble beginnings. His 14,000 subscribers turned into an empire of 17 million subscribers, and his water bottle company turned into a candy empire sold at Target that has the chance to overtake MrBeast's Feastables. Because MrBeast is in hot water at the end of 2024. Some of his 300 million subscribers are starting to turn on him, with multiple controversies coming out all at once. His best friend that's in all of his videos is being caught messaging minors inappropriately. His biggest game show ever with a $5 million prize has contestants alleging crazy things. His former employee has stepped forward with a ton of allegations on him as well, claiming that there was even a PDF file a part of his team. Now the entire YouTube scene, from viewers to creators, is devastated, as MrBeast is the most charitable creator on the platform, and everyone saw him as a saint and hero whose public image can't be affected by anything. Well, that is still true, honestly. Nothing has happened to his channel after this news broke. There's a ton of outrage on his social media, so only time will tell if MrBeast will respond. As all this news just started coming out, the world will remember 2024 being the worst year for YouTubers, as so many terrible things have been happening this year. YouTube's ex-CEO passed away from cancer this past week. I've personally been obsessed with YouTube lore and drama since I was like 13, and she was always being talked about by YouTubers and drama channels, so it's really unfortunate to see this news. Other people are emotional too on social media because no one expected this. Rest in peace Susan and her son Marco, who passed away earlier this year at college as well. But unlike these two, this one YouTuber received no sympathy when they passed away. Always being taken unseriously was TwoMad, a viral internet meme. His entire channel was viral videos of him making memes like this.
Oh hey, I'm just about to go to bed. I know we couldn't Skype tonight, but that's alright. Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.
So it comes as a shock to a lot of people when they hear he passed away earlier this year, but not to the people on Twitter. You see, TwoMad was constantly tweeting sometimes up to 200 times a day, and was getting into a lot of controversy before he passed away. Eventually, when news broke that he had died, all of Twitter was celebrating his death. The tweets were all like this one, saying how much they hate TwoMad and how they're happy he's gone, which is honestly a very terrible ending for this 23-year-old creator. But the final YouTuber we have on this list will make you furious if you watch car crash videos. Some of those videos are created on purpose to make money off of you. The YouTuber Blue Ghost uploaded 162 dashcam videos of him purposely causing car crashes, and then submits an insurance claim and collects ad revenue from the videos. You can even hear his kid in the backseat of the videos. He was eventually arrested for insurance fraud, child abuse, and assault with a deadly weapon, which led to a sentence of 3 years in state prison, and a spot in the last Butterson TV video where I ranked every YouTuber arrest. So click this box here to see the arrest of famous YouTubers like MrBeast and iShowSpeed. If you enjoy this type of content, subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoyed this video, drop a like. Thank you for watching, love ya,